Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mel, and this is the second part of my speed build that I made a couple weeks ago, and I uploaded the first half. If you want to watch it, I'll link it in the description. So this is the replacement lot for the Vaculous green lot, and right now I'm just doing a bunch of greenery and messing around with flowers and stuff like that. I don't have that many debug. I think I just have one debug tree on this lot, and everything else, unfortunately, is right in the Sims catalog. So if you want, you can get rid of all this greenery and just use debug, and it'll probably be a lot cheaper. The structure is there for you to work on if you wish. So right now I'm just going through the debug though, actually, and trying to figure out, is there anything that I want to add from here? And I end up finding some little plants and different shovels and things like that, some of the bushes, and all these little cars. So I go with the truck for the more plants type, outdoorsy kind of family with a little flag out front, and then the other family I go with a nice red car that are more sporty. So I do end up getting rid of all these plants and putting this planter in, because at least in my head, the mother that lives here likes to put all bunch of planted pots everywhere in their household. So these little things are interesting because I had to raise them up so they would touch the ceiling, so it touched the roof piece, and it glitched out a couple times when I was putting them in, but I think they're pretty cool because you could put them anywhere and at whatever height you want, or you could just make them sit on the ground, but then the chain will just kind of hang there looking like it's sticking to something, so you're better off just to raise it to a level, or even like a shelf or something like that inside the house, whatever you want. So now I'm working on the neighbor's house, and I go for quite a different feel. It's not as colorful. It's a little bit more gray and plain. The kitchen is a lot smaller. The living room is also a lot smaller, but the upstairs is a little bit bigger in my opinion, and so are the bathrooms. So for the kitchen, I go with this nice blue, and I do put a few clutter items later down the road. Now I picture this father, he's raising 2 kids on his own, and he was quite the champion back in his day, for he did all kinds of sports like bowling and basketball and maybe even soccer. I did find it a bit difficult to furnish this room. It did take me a little bit to figure out what the placement was of where I wanted to put everything, just because it's a bit of a awkward angle, because I decided to use this particular chair. But I think it worked out. We put this TV on an angle, 2 toddlers there, and I'm going to give the family a dog, so his bowl is in the other room. I do end up going back and forth, putting things that I realized I'd missed back into the neighbor's room. So this father is, doing his best. He wants to bring he wants to bring sports to his children, make sure that they're active, make sure that they're happy. So that's kind of the idea with this family. I'm going to be making them soon, as well as the neighbors, into one household, so you can move them right in from the gallery if you want. So again, I use this weird angle to make a shower. It is playable. I did try it out. And I go with a bit more of a darker tones for the bathrooms. So to utilize this space, I put the laundry just right there. I know it's a bit of an awkward spot, but it actually makes the hallway useful and makes it so that people are always in all the different rooms all the time doing something. So I have books and things and magazines everywhere, kind of to make it look a little bit more lived in. Like, the father doesn't have a lot of time to do some things sometimes, so he'll read a lot of magazines in his spare time while he's watching the kids, and maybe the kids will color in them or whatever. So this little kitchen area was pretty cool because originally I'd gotten rid of the wall to make it, two half walls so that you could peer right through. But this little frame that you can put between the walls makes it look like, oh, you could just peer in, but it still kind of separates it enough that it makes it feel like it's still its own separate room. So now I'm just adding some decorations to the first floor before I move on to the bedrooms. And I do spend a little bit of time in that front hall trying to make it look a bit more filled, because the front room for this house is just a tad bit bigger than the front room for the other home. So this is going to be his workout room. It's the only way he can get any activity in some of the time because he's such a busy dad. So it's his own little den on the upstairs. But both of these families seem to love animals because they have hamsters and rats and dogs and stuff like that. So this is going to be the twin toddler's room. I do struggle a little bit trying to figure out what kind of toys I want to put in there, and I keep going back and forth between decorating the bathroom. But thankfully this bathroom was big enough that I could put at least a half bath in there. Now, I don't give these kids a toy box because I do have them. I like the whole little scattered toys everywhere, nowhere to really pick them up and put them away. So I suppose the dad will end up stepping on them a lot. But some of these toys are really cute, like the little bunny and all the little gnomes. I do like the mural, the little painting that's on the wall behind them. It gives them a lot more color. So the dad's room is pretty simple. It's a little bit more browns and orange colors. The upstairs is definitely my favorite between the upstairs and the downstairs. The downstairs I find is just a little bit more gray than I would like, especially in the kitchen. But I'm very happy with how the child's room turned out. So now we're working on the outside. I do make him a little workshop. Make a little shed type thing where he can just go in and create. He does have a few little workspaces, being as he's the only adult in the house right now. So then I create a little bonfire, little barbecue area, and I do end up moving, like I said, the basketball net over to this house, and it is about where the barbecue is placed at the moment. But not to worry, that house gets just as much loving as its neighbors. Even though I feel like it definitely took a lot less time to do. So now I'm just adding a bit more color, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do with this basketball net. And as you can see, I'm slowly moving away from the idea of having the basketball net there. And there we go. So now we're just doing the finishing touches. It's about a minute left. And this is where we go full on greenery. Like, let's put pots everywhere. Different kinds. I very much like that backyard and how it turned out. So I'm also wondering, because that's supposed to be like an alien light, I'm wondering how that turns out. Like, if somebody's swimming in there and the light goes off, I wonder if anything weird will happen. I'm very excited to play that and find out. So now we're just doing the finishing touches. So I hope everybody liked it. I know there wasn't too much talking in this video because it's such a long video, but let me know what you think about it, what you would change, who you would have live here, and I will talk to you all soon. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!